You think you know marketing, but you have no idea until you sit down with that man.
In today's marketplace, having a presence on social media can make you seem more relevant, more professional, and have a more stable business. Appearances are important and have always been, but in today's digital age with video, pictures, audio, networking, online and offline, it is more vital than ever. And many people are using social media, and I'm talking about business people now, but they're not using it effectively. They haven't separated the personal from the business. They don't have the big staff, the big budget, or the big technical expertise. So they're trying to do it all themselves, or they're ignoring it, wishing it would just go away. But we know it isn't. In fact, it's only spreading to more areas. It's being more disruptive even. So many entrepreneurs and solopreneurs are learning as they go. They're picking up bits and pieces. They're relying on their children or even their grandchildren to help them out. And some of them are even being held hostage by professionals who they hire to do marketing for them or to update their website. I hear it from lots of small business owners like you. I see it when I go to their websites or their social media platforms. I see it even when I network with people offline or speak at events or guest on the radio show, and I get lots of questions, some really good questions. And that's why I really developed and designed this course specifically for solopreneurs, entrepreneurs, and other leaders who are ready to dramatically improve the results they're getting from their social media marketing efforts. So this is me, Norm Bond, and I want to give you in this first introduction just a little bit more about me, because as I mentioned, I know that there are a lot of professionals out here and a lot of people who you could have chosen to work with, and I'm honored that you're working with me, and I'm looking forward to really helping make your social media much more effective. Now, my background includes working with businesses like yours, working with large businesses. I worked with Fortune 500 companies. I used to work for IBM. In fact, I worked with mid-sized companies. And I've even worked with lots of small business owners, solopreneurs, entrepreneurs. And in fact, I've been an entrepreneur myself for over 15 years. And then from a background in terms of education, I do have a background in information science as well as an undergraduate degree in business and economics. And you can find my full bio at normbond.com. I don't want to bore you with my entire bio, but I bring these things up because there are not a lot of criteria today to stop people from calling themselves an expert or a guru or a consultant. And lots of people have had bad experiences and they've lost money and wasted a lot of time working with people who weren't really qualified to give them the information that they were seeking. And if you've been one of those people, then I know that you've felt that pain, and I'm certainly again glad that you're joining me for this course, and I promise to deliver you a totally different experience. So let's look at the overview here of what you're going to get in this course as we go through these 10 modules of powerful and practical information. We're going to see and get to experience some tactics, some strategies so that you can use social media as part of your overall marketing and business plan, because really your social media plan fits into your overall business plan, your overall marketing plan. We're also going to look at connecting you with your target audience and finding that target audience, because if you don't have that in place, then anything you do after that is not going to make a lot of sense. We're also going to help you to discover the most effective tactics. Now that we have connected you with the audience, what are the most effective tactics for that? We're going to help you use content marketing to build your authority. We're also going to look at an introduction to blogging for your business. Now, this is not a blogging course, but we are going to give you an introduction to blogging for your business, because you'll see more about it as we go, but it's a very vital tool, and you'll see more about that. We're going to look at engaging on the top social media platforms. There are certain platforms that are out there that you just need to be on, and they're at the top. And one of the questions I often get from people is, how do you manage your time on social media? And one of the things is to focus on the top platforms. And there are some niche platforms we know about that some of you may choose to be on, which is your option, but we're going to really help and look at some of the top social media platforms. And of course, I'm talking about Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, and some others that are the top platforms to focus on. We're going to give you some tools. I'm going to give you some great tools that will help you maximize your time and productivity while you're using social media. And we also are going to help you to understand some of the key numbers, the metrics, the analytics, the traffic, because if you don't know that, then you're not really able to keep score, with your social media. So these are the modules that we're going to be covering, and it's a really comprehensive course, and I think you're going to get a lot out of it. In fact, I know you are. So why should you do this? What are the benefits of social media training? You've invested your hard-earned money to take this course, so obviously you know that there is some benefit, but what are some of the benefits? And I've listed here some of them. One is you're going to gain that all-important eyeball, the exposure. That's what people are about today. If you're in business, you have to get those eyeballs. You got to get people looking at what it is that you do, and you have to share and expose what it is that you do to your target audience. And of course, that means improving the traffic for your business. That means more people coming to your business, whether it's an online site or an offline site. Of course, business is developed and it executes around relationships. So we're going to look at how you can use social media to create these new relationships. We're going to provide another great benefit, which is direct communication with your audience. Social media takes that filter out, and you see this if you're on Twitter, if you're on some of the other social media platforms where consumers are now communicating directly to customer service, directly to brands, and brands are communicating directly back to those consumers. So we're going to look at that as one of the big benefits. Another big benefit, customers can find products, services, and brands. This is where people go for search. It positions your brand as an authority. You want to be that authority, that expert that people know and can trust. You want to improve your search engine rankings. When people go to Google or Bing, Yahoo, and they're doing a search, you want to have your ranking be as strong as possible. You also want to create stronger personal and business brands. If you have a strong business brand that complements your personal brand, then you're in the best of both worlds. So we want to help create stronger brands, and social media can do that. We also want to look at the benefit of having and developing a competitive advantage in your industry, because not all businesses and industries are embracing social media or know how to do it effectively, particularly when you look at solopreneurs, entrepreneurs. There are a lot of businesses in your niche that have not gotten involved, or they're using websites that are 10 years old, tactics that are 10 years old or more. And so developing this social media will help you get that competitive advantage. You can also increase your sales and business success, because in business, it's all about sales at the end of the day. How much money did we make and how much money did we keep? How strong is our business? So we want to use social media to increase our sales and business success. And also we want to save money. We want to reduce overall marketing expenses. And in this course, you'll see some ways that you can reduce your overall marketing expenses by being strong in social media. And this last bullet on this page looks at synergy and leverage across all of your marketing. And so by synergy, how do these things work together? As you understand, I already mentioned how social media complements your business and your marketing plan, but also some of the platforms we'll look at also have great synergy between them. If you're using Facebook and connecting that to your Twitter, and if we add in Pinterest, there's different tools that work together and really multiplies the effectiveness. And also you can get leverage, and by leverage I mean your presence on one platform can be used to strengthen your presence on additional platforms. So those are some of the things. So now let's look at this real definition of social media marketing. What is that? Well, it's bringing it all together on this slide. It's the social aspect, which is like going to a cocktail party. You want to be social. You want to mingle. You want to talk to people. You don't want to be that person up in the corner by yourself. Nobody's talking to you. You're not talking to anybody. You want to control the room if you were offline. You want to be social. And when you add that social to the media, and when we talk about media today, we're talking about pictures, we're talking about audio, we're talking about video, we're talking about all of these elements, text. How do we bring all that media together? And then from a marketing point of view, how do we now take those two elements and get them into a target audience, a market? When you bundle all those things together, you've got social media marketing, and it is the way of the present as well as the future. And of course, that brings us to the web. And today we're on a social web. The web today is, as I just described, it's people interacting with people, brands interacting with brands, and brands interacting with people in a B2C, business to consumer environment. It's back and forth. And this is important because the previous web was not social. There was a time, for those of you who might be new to the web, in the 90s and even early part of 2000, where people could put up a website, a HTML website, you leave it up and you might make changes once a month, and that was considered frequent, once every 2 weeks. Some people have websites, and they would leave them up and not change content for several months or even years. It was like a brochure that they would get printed, and just is printed on my website, and that's my website. Well, that's all changed. Today's web, it is dynamic. It is back and forth. It is across people. And you see, even in this graphic here, the interactions between people. So, and those people are coming back to your website. They're sending information into your website, and you're sending information to them. So you have to really be current in today's web. It is a social web. Now, let's look at the process. And this is one of the slides I like, because a lot of times people don't have a process. And like most things, if you don't have a process, then it's not going to be effective for you. So I always like to start at defining our business goals and target markets. That's kind of where we begin. And I alluded to that earlier. What are your business goals? What are you trying to do? Do you have a business plan, a marketing plan? Who is it that you're trying to reach? What's your ideal customer look like? What's your ideal prospect look like? Figure that part out first before you jump into implementing a social media plan. From there, once you've got that business goal and target market clear, then we can define our internet marketing strategy. Because now that internet marketing strategy is going to be related back to our target market, it's related back to our business goals. Next, or if you have this strategy in place, but you haven't taken this course, you haven't got to interact with Norm Bond and seeing some of the things I bring to the table, you may need to refine that strategy, okay? So the point is, you're now defining or refining that internet marketing strategy. Then we move into implementation. It's time now to put these things out into the marketplace, put them in front of the target audience, implement the various pages that you've set up, the profiles, whatever that you've determined from that strategy. And then the next key area is to measure the results. You don't want to put things out and not measure the results so that you can see, is it working? Is it not working? Is it working as fast as I thought? Is it working slower? Do I need to make adjustments? And if so, you either then refine again that strategy, or you may need to even change your market. Maybe you're trying to reach a market that's not responsive, or maybe you're trying to reach a market that is unreachable. Maybe the people are not on this particular platform and you have to move on. So we know that social media can deliver powerful results, and these results are specific to your brand. They're specific to what you're doing with your business. This is not a cookie cutter process. This is something that you want to be in control of and apply it uniquely to your situation. And that's what I'm going to give you in this course. Some things that are able to be implemented for your company, but they're based on proven methods. They're based on processes and approaches that have worked, best practices that are working for millions of companies that are using these same strategies and tactics. And the good news is that it will improve your business return on investment, or ROI. It will help your business become more effective. And whether you are a local business who are working with local consumers in a local marketplace, or if you are a local company that is pursuing global relationships, you want to connect with people in other parts of the world from where you are, you want to attach to companies or individuals who are national or regional. In any of those cases, you still will be able to use the information that you're going to learn in this social media training class. And finally here, what we want to do is have you do some work, because throughout this course, you're going to be given assignments that you should complete before you go into your next module. I know that you're going to have 10 modules, but each module is going to build on the previous module. So what we want you to do, what I want you to do, is define your business goals and your target market, and also have those things available before we go into our next module of finding your target audience. Because as we build on that target audience, you need to first know why you're trying to reach the people that you're trying to reach. And we will delve into that a lot further in module 2. But in the meantime, define your business goals and your target market. Put that in writing, have that down, and then go into the next module. Thank you for watching.